Hi guys, my name's Kelvin White and welcome to Ultimate Tropicals. So you may be aware that our new online shop opened on Saturday the 21st of November. I'm really pleased to say that some orders came flooding in, and now I'm just going to do a really quick video on the packaging. I know packaging is quite important to all of us hobbyists and collectors of rare plants. Once we purchase what is a very expensive item, we obviously want to make sure that it arrives in good condition as it's supposed to. So first thing up then, we have some bespoke boxes made. They're made exact size for the type of plants that we're likely to be selling in order that we can get quite a snug fit. Okay, so what we're using as packaging is the suspended method. To do that, we're using corrugated cardboard, like so, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So the first thing we want to do is actually trim the cardboard so it's the exact measurements of the box in order that we get a real nice snug fit. Okay, so when we wrap the plant, that's now going to fit nice and snug inside the box. So we're just popping that there for a second. Put that to one side. So this particular order is for a Anthurium forgetii crossed with a crystallinum. So we're going to fetch that. It's an R1. So this is the plant we're going to wrap. So the first thing we're going to do is put a bag under the roots. Going to wrap that one in there nice and tight. Okay, this one's actually got sphagnum moss. We dress all of our Anthurium with sphagnum moss, so that's going to stay on there, and of course that will keep some real nice moisture in the plant, even though it's only going to be an overnight shipping. A bit of tissue in there as well. There's an arguably as to whether it needs tissue. I mean, tissue usually to stop the soil falling out. But of course the moss will do that. Okay, so a couple of bits of tape just to hold the bag and tissue in place. Okay, so we'll bring the cardboard back in. As I said, what we're going to do is do a suspended method where the plant is actually suspended in the middle of the box. So we'll pick the best side where, you know, isn't obviously going to do any damage, like so. Make sure the leaves are fine and suspend it roughly speaking in the middle. Going to make sure we take this edge down. bottom. A couple over the sides. Okay, so what we've got now is it's taped on the top, it's taped on both sides, and of course it's taped on the bottom, so it isn't really going to go anywhere. And once it's wound up in the once it's banged up in the cardboard, it'll be even stronger. So what we're going to do now is roll it over, paying particular attention to keep those leaves from creasing up or getting caught or ripped or any of that stuff. So if we're going to wind it up, endeavour to keep that as tight as possible without actually trapping any of the leaves. And if we check in there, probably not going to see it on the camera, but just make sure the leaves are not catching, not ruffled, not sort of twisted or bent over. Okay, so like I said, what we have is a suspended method here. So you can see the bottom is some ways up in there. The leaves are well down in the barrel. And if I stand it up there, the plant is actually suspended in the middle of the cardboard tube. So that's the whole idea. And if I bring back in the box, and the idea is that the tube should fit nice and snug inside of the box, like so. So that way it's really not going to go anywhere, and with the plant suspended in the middle of the cardboard tube, it's really not going to come to any harm at all. Okay, the next thing is we have an insert made up here to go inside. That contains just a bit of a logo up there. It has the all-important plant passport. And one thing about plant passports now, if you don't already know, they're an absolute must since December 2019. That all plants that are sent online, bought online and sent in the post, must have a plant passport. And it needs to have the Euro flag up until 31st of December, and then the flag has to come off because of course we'll be out of Europe from the 1st of January. It has to have the name of the plant, in this case Anthurium forgetii crystallinum. It also has to include sphagnum, because sphagnum of course is a different plant, and that also needs to go on the passport. The C panel here, R1, that is the actual reference of the plant that people would have actually purchased from our website, and that's how it's tracked back on the passport. And of course D is just GB, the place of origin. So we're going to slip that in there. And then what we've got is nice and snug. So as I said, our logo on the top, it's got the plant passport, really important. At the bottom in the green envelope is a care guide. It's a 4-page guide to cover philodendron and anthurium. I'm sure many of you will have your own way of looking after them, but if you're a bit new to the hobby and you need a bit of help, then that's what it's designed to do. We'll put double tape on just to make sure. The thing we're going to do, handle with care tape on as well. Hopefully it will just give them the nod that it is actually a valuable item in there, and please don't be kicking it around all over the place. And that's it. So the labelling side of it is done from my home office, because that's where the labels are printed from. That'll go off to the post office then and be dispatched for next day delivery service. Okay, so that's the first batch done. They're going to go on a little trolley now, out to the car, get labelled up, off to the post office, and then hopefully the recipients will enjoy them tomorrow. Catch you soon. Bye for now.